This video is going to be titled Detecting Time of the Day, October the 6th, the year 2025. It's currently 23:15 hours on the 5th day of October here, though. I've thought about what I'm going to say in this video for about 10 minutes. I have no notes. Okay? I may meander around a little bit in this video, but I'm just going to tell you some things I've seen, and I'm going to put some manufacturers of metal detectors on notice. Alright? First, let me start out by saying this. Going back about 7 years, the manufacturer of metal detectors that gets the grade of A is Minelab. What I'm talking about here is equipment released to the general public for purchase. The actual working, operable condition of the equipment, the models they have made, has been pretty damn good. Right off the top of my head, 2 models had a smell problem. Wasn't a showstopper. The Equinox 800, and I guess it would have been a 600. Big silver on edge, it like to call iron. The Manticore had a stabilizer feature added to it. Okay? XP metal detectors would have got an A as well, but this HF2 coil is going to prevent them from getting an A. I'm very disappointed in how this coil was rolled out. I will be using this coil soon, more in the wild, and I'll share what I see with it. Okay, Garrett and Nokta, you don't get A's. I'm not going to give you a grade, but you're not getting no A. Your multi-frequency modeler models released have been very lacking. Some of them. Okay? The Vortex was released as a train wreck. The Legend was released as a train wreck. The Triple Score was released with a major malfunction when it comes to South Beach hunting. You're going to see where I'm going in this video here in just a little bit, okay? So what does Minelab have that Garrett and Nokta don't have? Are they doing better testing? Do they have better testers? Do they have better in-house testers? What is it? What is it? I don't know. Now, I see persons associated with metal detector companies. It's usually marketing representatives. They show up on certain YouTube channels in their live streams. There's nothing wrong with that, but there's one big problem with this, the way I see this. Calabash Digger. I don't do live streams. Calabash Digger does live streams. But I don't believe a manufacturer, representative from a manufacturer, has ever been in one of his live streams. Why? Why? Let me point a few things out to you folks in case you don't know this. Calabash Digger exposed that vortex for what it really was at release. A laundry list full of defects. He did the same thing with the Nocta Legend. He also pointed out the shortcoming with the Manicore, and Minelab added a stabilizer function. There were certain shapes of iron. Usually it was like a big-headed square nail that machine had some trouble on. He spotted that. But still, nobody from any manufacturer has went on and joined or even asked, from my knowledge, to be in one of his live streams. Why? Oh, I've seen him on Southern Relics Adventure, you know. That's the guy that calls every machine that's made a great machine at release. And he doesn't show or try to find or share these problems with the general public, or post them publicly, and the manufacturer can watch. Now, let's just lay this little scenario out, and I'm going to use this triple score made by Nocta as an example. That machine was released. I don't know how many weeks or months it had been out in the general public, being purchased. So there's a gentleman that lives in Alabama. He used to go by the name Bass Trackerman. I believe he's got a YouTube channel, Treasure Finder 66. He doesn't get on the forums much anymore, I don't think. He used to a whole lot. He's got a head full of sense. I believe he's retired. He does salt beach hunt. He land hunts too. So that triple score had been out for some time, not long. And he spots a major malfunction with that model machine. And what does he do? He relays it to Calabash. And you know why he did that, right? Because he knew Calabash would broadcast it. Calabash would get to the bottom of it. Calabash might even relay it to a manufacturer, huh? That's what he did. Now think about this. Pay close attention, Nocta and Garrett. Wonder if that problem wouldn't have been found by this man, or wonder if he would have kept quiet after he discovered this and just sold his machine quietly and just let it go and never even told Calabash Digger. And some 4 or 5 months later, uh-oh, somebody else finds it. Now this machine, best I can remember, once a non-ferrous target, especially a lower conductor, got past 5 inches and saw sand, the machine called it iron. And that's what Bass Trackerman was seeing. He was going to beaches hearing a lot of iron tone. He wasn't digging no damn targets. So he decided to dig an iron tone, and damn if it didn't turn out to be something like a damn pull tab. Naturally, when you bury the gold ring so deep, 5, 6, 7, 8 inches, iron tone. The problem was corrected by the manufacturer, but wonder if that would have never been caught and some 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months or a year would have went by. How would the people that bought that equipment feel? They've been out there in that sun, taking vacations, walking right over potential gold rings and other stuff, not knowing any better. That'd make them mad, wouldn't it? You reckon they might sell their machine? Would they be poisoned with a Nokta product? Now, this is just an example. This could happen with any manufacturer. That might upset some people, huh? They may say, oh, I'm not fooling with this Nokta product anymore. I'm getting rid of this bullshit and I'll go get me a Minelab. Or I'll get rid of this bullshit Nokta machine and go get me a XP. Now this could have happened. Just think about what I'm saying. So Calabash relayed this to the manufacturer and they corrected it swiftly, and Calabash actually tested the beta version. But there's one problem with this. Can anybody point me to a video, live stream, or where this manufacturer of rep of Nokta metal detectors thanked Calabash for his efforts? Can you point me to that? Just like, can you point me to where a manufacturer's rep has went on his live stream? Now there's one guy that does live streams, and evidently he uses Nokta equipment. Oh, I'm not going to do what Calabash is doing. That takes too much time. But the marketing rep has no trouble going to his live stream. How about that shit? Steve Moore didn't come to Calabash Digger's live stream, but yet his damn laundry list, once he started getting honest about that machine, mirrored what Calabash had done posted on a machine that he bought, the Vortex. You know, social media is a good thing. But social media, word travels fast. You start talking about machines that cost $500 plus money, and people buy them, and they should assume or presume they work, right? They work according to plan. But it's obvious some models have been released to the general public. That's not been the case. Major problems. So what Calabash Digger has done, and I supply him with some information sometimes. We communicate. He's helped the manufacturers, hadn't he? But still, no manufacturer's reps or anybody connected with the manufacturer has been on any of his live streams. And I can't figure out why. Why? Now, I believe I'm telling the truth in this video. Calabash Digger has got quite a few subscribers. And I'm going to talk a little bit more here about this here. You know, you don't have to have a lot of YouTube subscribers either. Somebody with a YouTube channel with a few subscribers like myself could point out a deficiency with a piece of equipment, couldn't they? And just one person sees it on my YouTube channel that doesn't have that many subscribers, they can link this into some manufacturer's product Facebook group. Oh, it might get censored, gotten rid of, but if somebody sees it, and then they go and they're like, uh-oh, he's right. This is a problem. And it starts metastasizing, don't it? It starts showing up by maybe other YouTubers. It starts showing up on metal detecting forums. Yeah. So, just watching these, we'll just call them bigger name YouTube channels, you know. You might not learn everything there is to know about a piece of equipment necessarily, huh? And it might be good information, huh? Especially if you're going to go through blood, sweat, and tears. And your time, yeah, time is money. Time is something you never get back. You may be going on a high dollar vacation. Hell, vacationing now is expensive. You buy you a new metal detector. You go rent you a condo or something, a high dollar hotel room. And you're going to spend a week or two and drive or fly. Or even go internationally. And lo and behold, you get back from your vacation and you find out, oh shit, maybe that's the reason why I didn't find very much, because the machine's got a major problem. Yeah. So you see what I've said in this video. You manufacturers out there, you know, Calabash is a stand-up guy in my book. Alright? You don't have to love him, but you don't have to hate him. And he hasn't put me up to do this video either. Alright. It's just something that I've noticed. You know. I want to hear the credit given when it's time to give out the credit. I want to hear Steve Moore when Calabash buys one of their products. I want to hear Delic when Calabash buys one of their products or uses one of their products after release. Publicly thanking them, publicly talking about what they're seeing, publicly confirming it. If Calabash Digger has relayed something that he hasn't necessarily found, that's what he's going to do. He's just like me. He's not going to try to steal somebody, you know, steal the damn credit, okay? He said as much about that triple score. He didn't find that. But guess what? In his backyard, that machine would pass that test in the beach mode, mile ground. Add salt, though, go out to the salt beach, it was a fail for a target deeper than 5 inches. Calling it iron, a non-ferrous target. A detectable size target like a nickel or a gold ring. Or a square tab or a pull tab. Well, anyway, that's going to conclude the video. Everybody have a nice day.